energy, positive comments about the features, the poems that you hear, and also you can just do your shameless plugs for your books or upcoming readings.
I've got a good shameless plug. My I Am the Girl series was picked up by Stephanie Dickinson for Rain Mountain.
Oh, that's great.
And
Wonderful.
it was very weird. I was copy editing her book, and she asked me if I was interested. She's working with a filmmaker who's also a writer, and they liked the poems. And it was out at Maverick Duck, which I withdrew. Kendall was okay with it. He said I would have taken it, but go for it. And then it was just weird the way it happened. And then I signed the contract, and Karen she did a whole bunch of collages years ago that go with it.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Go in there. And it just happened very fast. They're starting a new imprint called Cassandra from Mythology. And they felt that my book would be a good first book to release on that.
Nice.
Print.
Very nice.
So,
Congratulations, Cindy.
thank you.
Yes, that's nice news to hear.
Yeah.
Yay!
So, and I
me,
didn't announce it. You see, I didn't put it up on. So this is just between us. I want everything to settle first. You know.
Right. No problem. Understood.
Yeah.
I get that.
But
there is someone here claiming to be Phil Linz. I'm guessing that it's Mike Deitch.
Probably. Yeah.
Good to see you, Mike. Mike is tuning in from Houston, Texas.
That's Mike. Who's that? Mike? Yeah. Okay, whatever.
He claims he's Phil Linz, but that's all right.
Because I thought that was you already. I didn't know.
No, I got. He put himself down as me, but I'm there also. I'm the real Phil Linz.
I just want to say that Elizabeth Morris's book rocks. If you haven't read it, read it. Really, really great stuff.
The Wizard rocks, absolutely.
See, I did a shameless advertisement for you. Not that you asked and you didn't, but I mean, it's really,
Okay.
you read a lot of friends' books, and sometimes it's really nice, and sometimes it's like meh, but it's not meh.
Okay, so who's the second? That's Michael. The second Phil Linz.
I didn't see Michael come on my system.
Yeah, Michael, and what's Michael's last name?
Deitch, Deitch.
Oh,
I don't see him on my system. I didn't get an email from him.
Deitch.
He registered at 3:00 in the morning this morning, is what I've been told.
Yeah, but I didn't get any. Michael,
he didn't pay. He has to pay.
I didn't get a PayPal thing.
We have to get his $5.
Mike, did you register with your $5? I thought you did. Mike, you're on mute.
Yeah, he's muted.
Hit your audio button so we can hear you.
I'm going to ask him to unmute.
Yes, please. Mike,
Hello?
can you Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
I was under the impression that I did, and everything looked like it was doing that.
No.
No.
In two steps.
Yeah, you have to pay. You have to pay the $5, but we'll collect you and get your credit card information after the call.
Okay. Thank you.
Just can you text me your phone number?
Yes, I will.
Okay. You can just do it via the chat. And you can just send it to me and Patricia. You don't have to send it to the entire group.
Where is this being live streamed, Roxy?
On YouTube.
Oh, wow. Wow. You guys have got this down.
Okay, Rox, I try to record it and it says I can't request it because we're going through a cloud recording.
Excuse me? I mean, I can't help you with technical stuff. That's a Zoom thing. I think you
Okay,
probably have to do it on the cloud or on your own device.
okay,
Okay, you know.
all right, let it go. Good.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Karen. Hey, Gear.
But
Hey,
I know people have recorded, like David Depp usually records his own stuff when he's on our calls.
Uh-huh.
So maybe you have to pick cloud. Maybe you just have to say, maybe you just have to select cloud or
Okay,
get permission to record it on your own device.
okay. Because you would have to give permission. Ordinarily, with I hit
No,
if
no,
someone.
no, no, no. I don't. That's the point.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
I
got
don't.
it.
Okay, I think
it's because 12, 12, 212.
yeah, we have 28 people on. I think we could start.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
The live stream and the recording are going.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, hello everybody. Happy pre-Halloween. Early voting is on right now through this coming Sunday. Next Sunday. Don't forget, guys. Don't forget to vote. And we're here for Brownstone Poets. We have unusually is 4 fabulous features today. We have Elizabeth Moss in the house, Bertha Rogers, Phil Linz, and Alan Simergian. And we have the fabulous open micers. Thank you for making it today. Since we have so many people, probably more are going to be coming on. So try to keep it to 2 minutes. Okay. And I'm going to read off. Oh dear, who's this? I'm sorry. I wish people were not. Okay. Anyway, she was 20 minutes late. Okay. Is Therese here? I guess I did send her the
I
live
don't know. I
stream.
sent her the Zoom link. So,
Okay. Okay.
but she might be on the live stream.
Zoom link. Sorry about this, everybody. Oy. Okay, and I'm just going to read off the list of who's going to read first. We're trying to keep like 10 open micers. Then then we're going to have the features, Elizabeth and Bertha, and then we're going to have a 15-minute break until Roxy gets back on. We're going to have the rest of the features. We're going to have Phil and Alan read, and then the rest of the open. Please keep your open micers. Please keep it to 2 minutes at least, and also the for the features, you have 15 minutes to read. Okay. Okay. Therese is looking at the live screen. You can come on. Since she sent it. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read off. We're going to have John McMullen, who has Harvey Sauce has to leave early. John McMullen. Ellen Whitberg, I don't think she's going to be coming. Ron Bremer, Gear Austin, Jeff Cottrell, Margaret Sirocco. I don't see Caroline. Do you see Caroline here?
No, I don't see her yet.
Okay, well, and we'll have Joni and Michael LaBamba read. Oh, and Cindy Hoffman. Okay, I'm going to stop around there.
I just got here.
Oh, good. Okay, okay, good.
Do we have John McMullen reading early?
Yeah, I have Harvey Sauce, John McMullen, that's 2.
And Joni.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joni.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, okay, okay. So I'll read off as we go along because it's getting too crazy. Okay, Harvey, unmute and share. And everybody else, please, while during the reading, please mute, okay? Thank you.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to call your attention to an invitation to tomorrow's Artful Dodgers Poetry open mic. We generally have 2 rounds of reading. I've posted the registration links and the invitation in the chat. I've got 2 short poems, the second of which is possibly the first poem that I ever wrote since I came to write poetry seriously. Mr. Dragonfly. Among the shiftiest of natural history's backdoor men, he was always good for a quickie. The sound of his arrival, like that of a deck of cards being shuffled by a card shark, setting girlish damsel flies all aflutter, his wings beating him hemolymphatically as their hearts did, appearing each spring with the practiced buttering up of a casuistic porn star. Hummingbirds, quite the outdoor Lothario types themselves, admired his slick moves, his brilliantined good looks, surprised then that he broke so easily, with not enough of him left to fill a snuff box, after some rude boy mistaking his hovering for beggarliness, slapped him away, grinding him underfoot for good measure. R.I.P. Mr. Dragonfly, another aerialist in life's Big Apple circus, executed with the casualness of a drive-by. And this may be my oldest surviving poem, Cost of Living. To make ends meet on Mulberry Street, an 80-ish Italian pensioner, a loaf of day-old bread tucked under her arm, haggles over fish, cod and mackerel, mackerel and cod. The squat Chinese fishmonger remains unmoved. His price is his price. He slaps down more fish on ice where they eye the negotiations suspiciously, offers her one to squeeze. Good fish, is all he knows of English. She shakes her head no, seemingly certain that if she stops by later, the day being a hot one, the ice already melting and forming reflective puddles on the sidewalk, his price will drop.
Beautiful. Okay. Thank you, Harvey. Next, we're going to have John McMullen.
7 million. On Saturday, October 19, 2025, 7 million people at 2,500 locations, red states, blue states, red cities, blue cities, large cities, small towns, gathered together to protest the policies of President Donald J. Trump. Although the Speaker of the House called the demonstrations the Hate America rallies, there were no anti-American slogans, only anti-President Trump ones. Further, the Speaker made no such comment in June when 5 million protests. It is hard to believe the additional 2 million changed the character such. Additionally, there were no arrests nor riots, just a lot of people marching with signs. When asked the next morning for comment, President Trump said, "It was no big deal." I disagree strongly. 7 million Americans protesting in 50 states is a very big deal. And then a much older one, Bukowski and me. I've told this story many times before, but we'll do it again. I just tell stories and call it poetry. I never liked poetry, although I studied it as an English literature major in college. I never saw the point. I was a published writer, a reporter, a columnist, a reviewer, an author of books, over 2,500 pieces, but not a poet. Not a writer of poet, not even a reader of poet for 35 years. Since then, thousands of poems published, hundreds of them in magazines, 10 books at chats, bookcases full of poetry books. What changed all this in my life? I was coming out of a restroom in a Barnes & Noble, and walking down an aisle, I saw a book with a very strange title. I picked it up and took it back to my table. It was a book of poetry by Charles Bukowski. I read it anyway. I was doomed. I recognized immediately Bukowski was an alcoholic, a misogynist, more than a bit of a nut, fucking brilliant, and he made me want to try my hand, so I did. If you just like my poetry, blame Bukowski. He used profanity too. If you like it, then say a prayer for his immortal soul. You might include one of mine as such. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, next up, newcomer Joni. Unmute and share. Welcome. Unmute, Joni.
The wrong sequence. Sorry about that. I'll just tell you briefly. Thank you for letting me read. And it's nice to be here finally. This poem is a persona poem, and it's part of a larger work. It's called I Won't Permit It. And it's internal dialogue of my mother, who passed away from Alzheimer's and other stuff. I won't permit it. I permit the sunlight to sneak under my eyelids. They've pulled the blinds open, the caregivers. The little and big sisters of mercy, they allow it, the sunlight in, to seduce to breakfast. I know it. I know their deliberate actions to treat and guide me, cajole me, fit me for human consumption. Not this wild thing I've become, not this husky, musky, shit-stained thing. I'm up in their games. I won't permit it. Not under my roof. I won't take my parasol down from the dish or open my palate to their islander kitchen, sacrificing my Jewish taste buds to bizarre pieces of flesh and fishy rats. I'm on to them. I won't permit to their grooming, dressing me in ribbons and braids with all types of egogs and goo-goos and pinned to my gorgeous long hair, my pride, my Nathan's pride, which I cut off long ago. I couldn't let him have me this way. I'd not permit it. And then, and up until now, I keep myself for myself this way. Now he never comes to call. He'd rather see me with long hair or not at all. Nor will I permit another x-ray taken in my house, or that foolish fop, the podiatrist, who comes to cut my nails but instead cuts my toes. Stop fawning over me, fondling me, caring for me. I won't go out like this. I won't permit it. Let me shine for who I am. I won't leave this house alone. Someone will take my hand. My Nathan will return to walk me away, back to my real house, back home.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, next up, we're going to have Ron Bremer, and after Ron, we're going to have Gear, Jeff Cottrell, Margaret, Caroline, Michael, Cindy, and Charlie. Take it away, unmute and share, Ron.
Hi, everybody. I'm pleased to announce that my 10th published poetry collection has just been released by the Westbury Literary Group. And I'll be featuring next week at the Saturday Literary Salon, November 1st at 1 p.m. It's on Zoom. I'll put the link in the chat. And so here we go. This is from that collection. You Who Are the Stranger, collected poems 1979 to 1989. The finest poem I've ever written was scribbled while Ramona was showering and I sat in a cat hair drenched easy chair in her half a living room while her 3 fat, lazy cats prowled the hot little apartment looking for cool spots. Into that poem, I invested all the joy, fear, agony, mystery, and realization of a moment in which I suddenly knew how all the pieces of life fit into me, in this place, in this time, now and forever. The words hold together a becalmed, mighty, saved union of myself and the universe. I searched and searched for that poem for many days, sure that it must be in my coat pocket or somewhere near, but I never saw it after that day. Did it somehow get into that 1 year's worth of writing, which I inadvertently threw out in a stack of old newspapers one day? Several times I tried to recreate that poem, but could not begin to remember even the words, let alone the feeling. Who knows now if that poem ever truly existed, or was it just some psychic metaphor for my life? Thank you and have a pleasant day.
Thank you so much. Before we go on, whoever is on here is automatically on the open mic. So please, sign up. When you sign up, you're already on it. Thank you. Anybody who questions that, just letting you know. Okay, next up we have is Gear Austin. Take it away.
Hi, I am going to read two short poems. The first one, Dreamcatcher. Your ruffled skirts caught by an intricate net. Nobody knows what's inside your head. There are no monsters chasing you or burglars breaking into your bedroom as you sleep. You're caught in crazy webbing with another dreamer, a smaller figure wearing red skirts made of a spongy material. Why are you dreaming these elaborate skirts? Other nights you're naked, hoping nobody notices you as you scurry along city streets. And then the second very short poem is called, sorry, I'm scrolling. Dear Former Friend. We grew apart, or we had an argument, or you moved away, or I moved away. And when I returned 10 years later, you had changed, or I had changed. Our meeting place had burned down, nowhere to revisit. Yet I think about you sometimes, and I hope you think about me. We shared so much so long ago. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Okay. Next up, I have Margaret Sirocco. After Margaret, we're going to have Caroline and Michael and Cindy and Charlie before we go into the features. Okay. Jeff, welcome from Canada. Oh, take it away.
Hi. Did you want me to read next?
I thought I was next.
Wait. We have after Gear, we have Jeff and Margaret, David, Caroline. There's a lot because on my page here, I have a lot of like scratches and everything, people moving up and down. It's crazy. Jeff,
you get all those scratches
Jeff,
when you're a cat.
Margaret, David, Caroline, Michael, Cindy, and Charlie. Okay, Jeff, you're next.
Sounds like it's me. Okay, so since I've only got 2 minutes, I will do a short poem. This comes from the 5-word challenge that they had at the now defunct Ovale series in Cork, Ireland. Basically, they'd give you 5 words from the audience, and you had 15 minutes to write a poem using those 5 words, and the winner won a drink. I did not win with this, but this is called Pipeline Tuxedo. The words I was given were pipeline, tuxedo, placebo, spin, mercy. So here's Pipeline Tuxedo. My honey wears a pipeline tuxedo, as powerful as your doctor's placebo. She's crazy about the oil and gas sector. The thought of pipelines always has wrecked her. She puts on the suit, shows it off with a spin, parades it down the catwalks of Paris and Berlin. The men all go wild, shouting, "Oh, baby, mercy! It's sexier than the nuclear plants of New Jersey. It's wilder than the coal plants of the Andes, which now can be worn in the form of lace panties." The pipeline tuxedo is the summer's hot trend, putting the reign of the hydro skirt to an end. But beware, if the pipeline tuxedo gets a leak, the toxicity will kill us all within a week. So that's Pipeline Tuxedo. Before I go, I have a feature tomorrow at Magic Theater Poetry on Zoom. It's an open mic too, and I'm being paid by the Writers Union of Canada for that one. Also, look out for my next novel next month, performance reviews. I will put the info on tomorrow's gig in the chat. That's me.
Yay, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, next up, Margaret. After Margaret, with Caroline. And after Caroline, be Michael, and then Cindy, and then Charlie. Take it away, Margaret.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. So this is a Halloween poem from one of my books. I'll put all that information in the chat. And it's the branch outside of a window, but from the those scary branches, but from the point of view of the branch or the tree. Eyes wide open. I am the branch outside your window in a storm, watching you. I stretch my twisted trunk, tendrils reach where my trumpet flowers once grew. Tap the window. Two small eyes stare at me, rounder and rounder. A gust of wind presses me back. Another gust pushes close enough to shatter the space between us. Tap, tap. I signal louder with each stretch. His eyes grow larger. I slap my heart-shaped leaves against the glass. In terror, eyes disappear beneath covered mounds, then screams, body bending, turning, contorting. Another, a larger one, rushes in, shutters windows, my entertainment lost. Defiantly, I shake my pods and leaves onto the ground, layers of me spread for them to pick up. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, next up is Caroline. Oh, wait, Caroline, yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you. I'm going to read something from my newly released book, Personal Mysteries. It just came out from Mosaic. I'll put the information on the chat, but I want to say in the acknowledgements, I say thank you to Patricia and Roxanne for your wonderful contribution through this monthly Zoom. Glad to be back. I'm going to read a sonnet from this, which was read by one of my fellow poets when we did a Zoom launch the other day. Summer Sonnet. That summer, life unfolded like a dream. The backyard was our world, the tree house, land beyond the realm of grown-ups, big kids, and complaining nosy neighbors. It would seem we would always be there. Time would stand still, and we would play forever until dark. The brand new puppy scarcely gave a bark as we were training him to heed our will. Or rather, Mother had the training voice. Her call was our command. The trumpet sound. Our hiding game was over. We were found. In we would go to supper with no choice of extra time. The day was over then. That summertime is gone. That world. And when?
Mm.
You.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Michael, you're next.
Michael, on the screen it says Michelle. That's actually my real name, but I don't know how it got up there. All right, this is called lunch. I don't usually eat a heavy lunch, but today I had no bread in my cupboard, so I couldn't make a tuna fish sandwich or a peanut butter sandwich. I decided to get a hamburger and ordered a turkey burger at the cafe on the corner of my block. When I opened the platter with my turkey burger and french fries, I heard a squabbling as if in a room. It was, however, coming from my own mind, and I was hearing it in my inner ear, which has the acoustics of my real ears. I dismissed the squabbling and bit into my sandwich, and I heard a scream as if I had witnessed a young mother witnessing the running over of her child by a city bus. I put down my sandwich. Then I turned it over, examining it for a mouse, and from side to side, but I couldn't find a single orifice or anything resembling a mouse. I picked up my sandwich and distinctly heard, "Don't do it. You're desecrating a life by first killing it, then eating it." Once again, I looked around the restaurant and examined the turkey burger from 360 degrees of circumference. This time I put it back in the platter box to feed it to my dog, the neighbor's dog to be truthful, and ordered a Caesar salad in respect to my pacifist beliefs. And the counterman said, "You're particularly hungry today. First a burger, now a salad." I answered, "I don't want to feel guilty for eating meat. One day the animals of the world will unite and get revenge on us. I don't want to be a human burger with all the trimmings served to a pot-bellied turkey or a dog for that matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Kim, are you still here? Do you want to read in the first round? Because I think you have to leave early.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So I'll stick you in after Cindy and Charlie, okay?
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Cindy, you're next.
Okay. I wrote this about an hour and a half ago. No joke. But it seems appropriate for this time of year, this political scene, and for Brownstone. It's for Patty. Halloween haiku. Garish and gaudy, his east wing demolition. Poe's ravens are howling. That's that.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, next up we have Charlie. And then after Charlie, we're going to have Kim, okay?
Thanks, Patricia. This is from a chapbook that's forthcoming, and Patricia has written me a nice blurb for it. So thanks, Patricia. It's called Cheap Laminate. I think my dreams are trying to tell me something, that my own pleasure embarrasses me, and the three women I swear love me don't. And the echo I hear is my own hallooing emptiness. It seems there's been a hard turn of late toward revelation, and I can't move my arms to ward it off. Toward dawn, my oldest friend, 3 years dead, appeared in fading blue distance and drowned me in fathoms of advice. I mean, what did I ever do to him except not be him, not call out to him, not intercede? Watch instead his splintering, tornadic path from across the road. For who can cross fate? Just ask the Greeks. And besides, you can get life advice from anyone, even idiots, if you ask. And I didn't ask. But at least I could hear his voice, which means there must be some half decent takeaway available. Like maybe this is a when the student is ready kind of moment, and there's a chance the long layered night might crack like a walnut and let me go. I'm saying time shreds like cheap laminate and too soon, and no one knows himself and what he might do. And since the world takes the trouble to lay out a bed for me, I may as well get in.
Beautiful.
Thank you,
Thank
Patricia.
you. Oh, beautiful. Okay, next up we're going to have Kim, Brandon, and anybody else who needs to leave early, just let me know now, okay? Kim, take it away.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you so much to you, Patricia, and thank you, Roxy, for all that you do. And I just wanted to read from this year's anthology. And the poem is, I remember when my father stopped holding my hand. Before he stopped calling me his little man, he started taking bigger, wider, faster steps. His eyes did not follow my smaller feet anymore, looking to see if something might just jump up and trip me. He was looking forward more than looking down into my eyes. Then he took the candy milk honey off his tongue. I could feel that I was expected to grow up and grow up fast. Now there were all these serious warnings, son. Things to look out for, son. Beware of, son. Things like invisible redliners, son, gentrifiers, son, and those who bleed blue, son, that might pop out of the cracked cement sidewalks, son. Whole groups of people who would twist my reflection in their minds, fold us up into boogeymen, monsters, and fast cash and rigged slot machines. Okay, here's the truth. I wanted him to carry me. I wanted him to pick me up and hug me. I wanted him to walk beside me always. I wanted him to say, every little thing is going to be all right. I wanted to be his big boy. I wanted to be his little man. I wanted to brace myself for a whirl of hurt. I also wanted to drop my father's hand long before he dropped mine. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Kim. Gorgeous poem.
Thank you.
Anybody else who needs to leave early, please let me know. Okay. Okay, we're going to move on to the features. First, we're going to have Elizabeth Moss and Bertha Rogers read in this round here. Okay. I'm going to start with Elizabeth Moss. Elizabeth B. Moss is a writer who lives in New York City's East Village. Her poetry and fiction have appeared in literary magazines including Kestrel, Scoundrel, Time, and The Raven's Perch, as well as anthologies such as Brownstone Poets Anthology, the Writing Resilience Anthology. Her chapbook, The Color Between the Hours, was published by Finishing Line Press in 2023. Her full-length poetry collection, Unreasonable Weather, was published by Kelsey Books this year. She's the poetry editor of Big City Lit and has recently joined the editorial team for Brownstone Poets. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to Elizabeth B. Moss. Take it away, girl.
Thank you, Patricia and Roxanne. My mother's travels. My mother traveled the road of history, and she barely even drove. Vehicular violence is so American, she said, like rhubarb pie or unrestricted guns. Did transportation schedules move backwards? My mother made sure that they did. She was the tour guide, the acting professor, explaining reflections in the road, transportation to both lighter and darker eras. The hours whirred faster and faster, even snagging a speeding ticket. Vehicles slid backwards onto dirt roads. My mother is now history, like the outdated train and bus schedules kept in her purse. She was a reflection in the road, her surviving wisdom viewed often. Okay, this one is in the Brownstone Poets Anthology. Snow, intricate roots call me, spreading their wisdom like spirited wind. Snow brings new weather through the iron gates of the churchyard. Tiny stars catch in branches, then turn to bits of ice. With gloved hands, children giggle as they throw snowballs. The wisdom of roots is buried in an unknown language, one that luminescent angels translate and speak through ice. I call on the stars for help and listen while they send celestial crystals. Children build snow bears and dogs that guard the gates at sunset. Intricate tree branches overhead speak like lace and spread peace everywhere. Oracle of Lost Cats. They talk to me, tell me of their loves. It isn't what they say, it's how they chase us. I see the ones no one else does. Tabbies, tiny panthers. Bengals that look like leopards. The white ones with one blue eye and one golden eye. They vanish in the stumbling city. Cars honk. The motors are warm but treacherous hiding places. The cats dream of sky and bird, what all of us want. Imagine moving upwards in those intricate branches. Climbing down isn't the same as climbing up. Signs go up in the neighborhood, tales of silly names, rough attachment. They get spooked, impressed by wild sounds. I know where your cat is. She does not understand how she is driven by past scents, perfume of meat. Long ago is a sidewalk not taken now. There is only the way back. Open a can. Nightshade. Tomatoes are nightshade. Toxins have been lurking in our salad. My friend pointed out dark berries. Deadly nightshade, she said. The fruit of malicious desserts. The tomatoes of pupil dilation. Each restaurant serves red half moons that taste like gravelly ice. Nightshade berries taste like love, my friend said. Someone tired of a spouse could make a fabulous dinner, luring their former beloved into another kind of bed. For 7-year-olds who want to make poison, there are antidotes on kitchen shelves. The children eat tomatoes for lunch at school, though no one goes home sick. Everyone has wanted to poison someone sometime. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Advance to Boardwalk or Park Place, going clockwise around the board. Luckily, you pass go and collect $200. Everybody plays Monopoly, whether they know it or not. Some say the business news is frightening, but it must be read. Someone has to control assets and prices, not to mention rejoicing in the bankruptcy of others. Or do they? Advance to the Reading Railroad. It's an airline now, and many air traffic controllers are gone. Saves expenses. Safety, who cares? Better to be a billionaire that way. The objective of the game is owning everything. Tax the winners? Why punish success? Losers can't make anything of themselves. Budget wisely, work hard. Bootstraps included. It's not the free market the way they think, or the way the Wall Street Journal tells us. Monopolies, duopolies, trusts. The guy selling halal food on the corner has real competition. Rent is due. Final credit card declined. It's $6,000 a month now. I can't, I say. I just don't have it. The landlord says, what do you think this is, Monopoly money? Now I advance to homelessness? No. But I get only $200 a week, only when I pass go. It's not a living wage. Rent is too high. It's just an apartment, not a green plastic house or red plastic hotel. What do I do? I borrowed enough. Credit cards are maxed out. Go to court? The landlord has better legal representation. But there are holes in my ceiling and plumbing that overflows. Could I withhold rent for that? Greed fuels insider trading, union busting, exploitive labor practices. Plutocrats win the game. Corporations are people now. It's always Wall Street, never Main Street, or God forbid, the Bronx. Only hope that they will get this card. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Pay a living wage. Lower rents. Bust trusts, monopolies, and duopolies. Luxury tax is on the board, but it's not enough. Advance to income equality. Procrastination is wearing a dirty sweatshirt. Procrastination is lounging under the covers. Procrastination is buying a book called Self-Discipline in 10 Days and not. Procrastination is a half-eaten metaphor and discarded cookie crumbs on a bookshelf. Procrastination is thinking of a perfect sphere and doing nothing because whatever you do will be flawed, impossibly imperfect. Procrastination is wearing torn sneakers. Procrastination is binge watching old episodes of Twilight Zone in sweaty pajamas. Procrastination is entering another dimension and not being able to look where you're going. Reassurance. Her tabby soul is boxed in under the bed where she goes to get away. Her high-pitched voice sounds in the empty room with yellow walls. She falls asleep, dreaming of morning doves who sometimes fly to the window. Outside is where confusion is. Crowds of people, cars, weighty noises. She will not give them substance in her dreams. The light snaps off and the door closes. She feels the sides of her box, knowing how safe it is. Fake news. We believed too much for too long. Everything on Fox News sounded logical, like the 1950s family I always wanted. We believed too much for too long. Microwave ovens were spying from kitchens, cooking up violent soups and stews. We believed too much for too long. A gun in every household, burger on every plate. God condemns all else. Just see Leviticus. We believe too much for too long. The news is bloviating entertainment. Is anything left? Only Walter Cronkite knows, and he's not telling because he's dead. One more. City blocks of time. On 2nd Avenue was a restaurant that served chocolate in lava-like sauces, tiny dots or chunks. My son and I ate salads and burgers, various states of chocolate for dessert to celebrate an 8th grade science project, a model train with solar panel, now long derailed like the shop itself. Afterwards, a Starbucks with comfy chairs moved in. In 2016, I sat in 2016 and looked for work with my laptop. After 21 years, I'd been let go. Veiny hands betrayed age. Latte after latte, I drank as the resumes flew out by email for all those jobs I'd have to take but would not love. The furniture store supplied my rickety roll-top desk with drawers and shelves that are now cracked and creaking, a bulky wooden object to populate the aging rooms. The store was replaced by a makeup shop, pretty but not practical. Then Taco Bell appeared with constant fluorescent lights. The M2M market that sold sushi on the corner is gone too. Today, all my fish is cooked, as are my job prospects. Only contract work is offered, 18 months and out. The building upstairs was demolished and rebuilt, tenants evicted overnight. Now its bare rooms are all ablaze. The used bookstores on 4th Avenue have mostly shut down, except the Strand, which is surrounded by doorman buildings. Rent is too high. I don't run into other poets in the streets now, not on 4th Avenue or even Avenue A. No more books. Perhaps at a garden reading near Avenue C by a lost bodega. Yes, I could leave, but a trailer park in Jersey isn't desirable. Taco Bells are everywhere. It's the terrain of McDonald's, of lighted signs that jump out at night, blinding me to the road. It's just that the neighborhood of Ukrainian food and tiny shops, the place I've lived so long, that I've loved, is leaving me. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Taco Bell. Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. Now we're going to move on to Bertha Rogers. Is a poet, translator, and visual artist who lives and writes and walks on a mountain in New York's Catskills. Her forthcoming poetry collection, Solomon Ireland, is What Want Brings. New and selected poems. Her translation of the Anglo-Saxon riddle poems from the Executor book was published in 2019, and her translation of Beowulf in 2000, Birch Brook, New York. Her website is www.bertharogers.com. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to Bertha Rogers. Take it away. Bertha?
Yeah, I am. Always having trouble with audio. Okay, thank you. Thanks for inviting me to read. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to read poems from my new book called What Want Brings. And just read from that. The first poem I'll read is the title poem in the book, and it's called What Want Brings. Gray rain seeps through the fall of played out clouds, loops among hills, ragged mountains, flexes and thins cut contoured fields. This here, nearly parallel to another September when I, after trampling aged ley lines, leaned into standing stones that gently mocked my bent. Oh, I was in love with hardness, rocks tilting over landscape's green edge, words riven with meaning. I thought, mindless I, that I still owned some forever, and so walked right into those stones, touched their weighted flanks, shifted their quiet as if they were my true grandfathers, good old men who had only my best in their storied senses, showed in gray and grizzled faces deep listening. I wasn't the first, the last. How many others waited there, forgot what they were given until, in some gray-green season, those moments, like gouged out uplands, returned, haggard and lonely gift. And second one is called Enough. To have held the late August zinnia by its stiff stalk, watch petals unfold until its whole romantic show opens to the watchful bee, his yellow and black fur sunning, wings whirring and waving. To have been shocked by the hawkmouth's bullet body, sleek, unreeling tongue tracing pink phlox and purple monardia as the month's heated breath hovers above and below scented blossoms. To watch everyday daisies bloom up from ground, assume the loose form of sky white, changing clouds among the asters' wild blue, the silvery attitude. To walk through the orchard, snap apples at their stems, share the shine with dusk familiar does and darling fawns. To call back the long ago happy planting day. It is enough, isn't it, to have lived, to have leaned in to the sunstruck zinnia, the coneflower, shapely bleeding heart, to inhale them all, and the wren, singing the shamble, the tangle of summer, the path to travel when all this is over. And I had written a number of poems about the plague, the COVID plague. I'll read a couple of them. This one is called Plagues, actually. This one is called The Day. Winter faces smiling from long grass ground, all together homing, mouths mouthing, say, stay, no need to fly on raven's wings. Sudden, that white-speared grin bright rising, she wants brindled pinions, guide wings, wants other mysteries, broad-feathered fun. Sun slant spectral, snow slipping down, whirling above evening layered macadam. Green, red, yellow blades, solstice, haze change. Then shadow slides, overtakes all color. When Thor lets loose his thrice-shaped black bolt, autumn's last silent space, leaning face glows like a needled compass in a wintered world. The lost dog dry noses down. Do not want to leave, my heart swells. But those blackbirds lift, they send her home. And this one is called Plague's End. The doors of the sleeping room slide into their dark pockets, open to hall's musky light. Weighted curtains wave, window sashes bang up, down like shouting spouses. And suddenly, all that was kept from you and me, and out of a black minute, 10,000 cold fires, a swarm to ignite the evening, knifed eyes to murder the plague that came to kill. This one's called Holy Beast. Once I was part of a holy beast, I was. I was a dog, a bear, a horse. I was the leader and the dragging led. My fur was both sleek and shaggy, black and white. I was as tall as a stallion, long-maned, yet bony, as deep-withered as a dog. I barked and I whinnied, I growled. I cantered and I loped, I lumbered. This was before I was born, before I slid from the cave, where I was hailed, then demeaned for my unnatural cries. I rose up, red dog spinning rain, swirling band of pink. At last, they knew me in my corner. The words they gave left. I barked again. This poem is called To the Heart. I have taken up residence in the bear's black body. The bear's heart has devoured mine. I, all my thumping, am diminished, and the bear grows bigger. His seething face has absorbed all the day's light. His clawed paws are as turbulent as electricity at night. Heart, the sunflowers have been extinguished by hurled rays, and I am dead to the day. They told me I would discover morning, but here it is always night, though the walls be red and flowing. Blood moves, genome smart, but knowing not of itself. All its body sequenced and thwarted, though paginated, booked, and shelved. The bear refuses to read the pages I was, spits me out. The blinded blinds move like flattened smiles in air's carried currents. Crows pick out, lay down words between lights, molten lines. Never forget you. Never forget your thronged face, they say. The bear is silent, his viral eyes red hot. And where I live, there are a lot of red-tailed hawks. And this poem is called Hawk's Reason. When the hawk leaves his tree for movement among the green, when he aims earthward, the air opens for him as if sliced by a deft night, space disappearing into time's aperture. The nosing gray vole, knowing she will cease, sharply screams twice. The hawk flexes lightning bright talons. His wings broadcast intent, close and break like thunder, dimming June's new blades. When the hawk's blazing claws wreathed the vole's rolling body, his gleaming beak arcs toward the fleet heart, and blood's first, deepest drop drops through blue. The whole sky opens, blameless and distinct. This one's called Wild Again. I live on part of what was an old dairy farm. When the forest was field after orchard after field after forest, when these spruces had not been thought by grasses encumbered only by wild red strawberries, the dogs ran in there every day. They corralled and cowed speckled Ayrshires, whooped and barked for their farmer lords. They herded those cows to stalls until the milk was gone, the barns fell down. Then there was a rainy planting, fingerlings slippered into blading soil, rocked clayed soil, followed by slow growth, passage to sky's eye, patient, steady renovation. From green staves, red fruit, earth's increase to stippled, kneaded, knotty ground. And at last, only this slant-lit sight where primal dog paws pound russet spurs shed by leaning, lithe under boughs. Ah, wind suing, sighing, and just there, the O's immigrant eyes, home again in her found wild. And this is a poem about a dog, The Old Dog's Lament. I was barking all the time when I was a pup. I couldn't get enough of the sound of my high vagabond voice, the parallel report from the ridge-scraped barn, glaciated pond. The turtle, even the heron, stopped to hear my song. I was a blithe boy. And those days spun out, unbroken. Then I met the yellow bitch with the feral smell, exhorting voice. She and I, we became one beast, our fur commingling on the hill, mouths eating wind, feet in tandem. Even after coming to see my sweet in that last place, splayed and spread where she found her end, I could barely suss her fur there, dead, grayed among last summer's sere stems. Her smell still lay heavy on the hay. I had jaw-dragged her after the tires bump and thud, listened as she whimpered her awful death. But I could not stop her going. No one has to tell me to cease my sorrow song. I carry her face behind my eyes, now and then lift my head at what I recollect. Her bark, joy-struck eyes, tail thrilling against our day's blue skies. And I'm just going to read one more poem here. In the upstate, in the Catskills, the old tradition of getting sap from the maples is still going on. This one's called Sap Month. The clouds, sleet-laden, shift. The ridge moves. I am going right out into it. Sky, I am sky. I lie among the horizon, trees black against cloudy body. I am, oh, coming down, clearing. Floor. I, gray stone mother, red hummock chair, white veins on snow face. Snow. I am spectrum, I proclaim day. Coyote stares, eyes, teeth, yellow. Shadbush strains from frozen earth. Maple waits, pulp, blood ready. Dog-like, I scratch my belly and yawn. Warmth happens to my body. My teeth fang. From this moment, heat beats forth. These wan hours are charged. I waft through limpid air, spirit in the very old air, feather up to green sky. Oh, my head is jay proud. I cry, sun, I say, bloom again. come, bring me to your glare. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bertha. Thank you, Elizabeth. Before we go on our break, I just want to thank I've been so busy handling little messages and I couldn't really individually respond to the open. I apologize. Anyway, I just want to we're going to go on a 50-minute break. Before we do, just reiterate, we're going to come back with Phil Linz and Alan Samergian. And after they read, we're going to have whoever just came on late. It's 2 minutes. Please keep it to 2 minutes. You're open. I'm going to read who's going to be on the open list after the features are done. It'll be Susan Murray. I don't think Judith Hiroshima is here. Karen Newberg, Edward Galt, Jack Cooper, Martina, Larissa, Josephine LeRae, Mona, let's see who's here, Beth, Lynn, Carrie, Rick, Dorothy, Ken, Stephen, Judith, Therese, and Samuel Woods, and Michael, and myself, and Roxanne. So enjoy your break. 15 minutes, you come back on. You can schmooze, unmute, give your shameless plugs, or just talk.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Bertha. Your poems were stunning.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Bertha. What a discovery for me. I'm going to follow up and find you in the library.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
All I was going to talk about was the Blue Jays winning yesterday.
I moved up there in 1989 and I planted 1,000 spruces. And now they're about 100 feet tall.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go Canada.
Okay, a lot of Canadians here.
Go Canada. It's got to happen. I've been
We got
rooting
the
for
first
them
one.
all season.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
We support America here.
Hooray.
That was going on in Washington, D.C. That is an ultimate nightmare. I mean, you want Halloween every day, the bad side of Halloween? Yes.
It's incredible.
Go to Congress.
Incredible.
I mean, they closed down they closed the government down. People are not going to get their benefits, their SNAP benefits, and other things going wrong, everything. In the meantime, there's money to wreck the White House. There's glorious, bigly ballroom.
Yeah. Very sad. Very sad.
Sick.
Yeah.
I just wanted to congratulate Elizabeth on joining your editorial board. What a coup. Congratulations to Brownstone.
Thank you. Good.
Ken, do you want to read or you just want here to listen?
Well, I'm definitely going to stay, as I mentioned in my chat.
Yeah, do you want to read after the features read, and I want to go on and do a little read?
Sure. I hadn't thought
Okay,
that.
I'll have you go on first.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Let me just make a notation.
Yeah, Patricia, did we have Rick Spivak on the
Yes, he's on the thing. I keep telling him,
Okay.
And he said he apologized and all that. He's okay. It goes by, those who sign in. That's how we do the open. And you're automatically on the open. But if you need to leave early, let me know. I'll push you ahead. And I'm going to take a little break. I'll be right back.
Okay.
My kudos to both Elizabeth and Bertha. Wow. Just fabulous.
Yes.
Yeah, just fabulous. Such a pleasure to be able to listen to you guys for a full feature. We usually just get to hear you a little bit at the open.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
It just shows you the range of the poetry world. Right, Roxanne?
Right. Exactly.
Beautiful imagery. And I'll put a notation in the chat that Elizabeth is the 21st century Dorothy Parker.
Right.
The wit. The wit. And congratulations, Caroline. I look forward to reading your book. Did you put your
I put it there. I forgot that. I mean, somehow the title got missing from my first post, so I then put the title later on.
okay,
Also,
I'll screen it.
also, the publisher advised to send a request to info@mosaic-press.com. Somehow there's a problem with tariffs. He said at first there will never be trouble mailing books to the States, and suddenly all my friends who ordered it got the answer that said, we cannot deliver to this address. So the publisher has changed the ordering to a different, which goes directly to his desk. So I'll put it up again if you want to see it. But what a shame! He was shocked. He said they never tariff books. Books can go, but suddenly they're not available. So maybe from Amazon because he's a friend of you know who. So Amazon maybe. But anyway, here it is. Thank you for asking. Yeah.
Yeah, I found your chat thing, but I don't see the title.
No.
Right, me
Yeah,
neither.
Caroline, yeah, if you can just post it again with the title.
Yeah. And just want to tell everybody on December 6th will be the anthology reading. Information to come in November after the election, please. I'm going to be going into the last rites of doing everything. I'm going to be on the scanner on election day, so I'm going to be pretty busy. Hopefully starting Monday. I'm waiting for the information to come. They're supposed to call me back. I'm having my
Elizabeth, Bertha, have you guys put the information about your books in the chat so people can order your books?
Yeah. Do that.
I have a shameless plug. My Charlotte Needles copy just came, and it's got 10 of my poems in it.
Good.
If you look at my aunt, it was guest edited by Gary Metris, longtime publisher of Adastra Press, is pretty well known. And he solicited me for poetry, and I sent 10 poems. And I didn't think he'd take one of them because we have such different tastes. And he took 10 of them. And there are only 10 poets in here, each with about 8 to 10 poems. Here's me. And he did a really nice job. And during our break, UPS came and dropped it off. Very fitting during a Brownstone reading. So this has been a good week for poetry, I'll tell you. Really good week.
Yeah, can you put in the information in the chat how people could order a copy if they want to?
You know what? Email me.
Put the information in the chat, darling.
No, I'm gonna send you a copy from Amazon if you want one.
I don't. It's not nothing against you. I'm throwing books out. So don't send me a book.
All right.
I'm reducing my stuff, but please put your information in the chat so people can reach out to you if they want to order a copy of this.
All right. I'm sure it's on my Facebook page. And it's not just for me. It's really worth getting a copy of this anthology. Charlotte Needles is a fun journal.
Okay. Thanks, Elizabeth, for putting the information about your book, Unreasonable Weather. Bertha, if you could put the information about your book, and Caroline, if you could put the information about your book again.
Okay, I put it there.
Roxy, do we think we should come back on around 3:30ish?
What time is it now?
Right now it's 3:20.
Okay, let's just make sure these guys post. As soon as I see the posts, I'll let you go. I'll let us go. I
Okay.
only see Elizabeth's.
Oh,
Okay, now I
it
see
should
Caroline.
be there.
Bertha, can you please post
I
your book?
did.
She did.
It's there.
She
I put
posted.
it in the
Bertha
chat.
posted.
Personal mysteries.
Yeah, it's posted.
I did. I
I
put it
see
in.
Personal Mysteries by Caroline Morgan. I don't
That's
see
right.
Bertha. I don't see Bertha.
I put it in the chat.
I see it. I see Bertha Rogers. If anyone's interested in my book, what? I see it here.
Okay, it's there.
Can you copy and paste it again? Because it must have scrolled up so high I can't find it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Do as a separate message, maybe, because I think you trailed on somebody else's.
Yeah, if I won't see it as a reply, you have to do a regular post.
Okay.
Cindy, I don't see the Amazon link.
Oh, that's because I'm an idiot.
Okay, so just do it again.
Cat, cut your tongue.
There you go. I understand about Amazon, but you know what? I'm spoiled, and I like getting stuff in one day. If I really
Don't apologize for using Amazon. I'm tired of people apologizing.
Listen, I use Amazon. I'm on Prime, and I'm getting a lot of packages later on today after the reading.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
My bounty cake. I'm expecting a lot of stuff.
Boycotting Amazon is not going to get rid of Trump, and that's my main.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, and it actually will hurt a lot of people that work there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's the
He's
people.
going to fire 600,000 people.
They are, and replace them with
Yeah.
Well, and look what happened to Starbucks. They were closing a lot of places. Where are these poor baristas going to go? These are people who went to college and they can't get jobs, so they become baristas. They have an MBA.
Yeah, and rely on tips and rely on tips.
And they have, I mean, where are they going to find
I still don't
goddamn
see
work?
I still don't see Bertha's book.
I'm
No,
doing it
neither
right
do I.
now.
Okay.
I'm doing it
Okay.
right now.
Okay, good.
Got 7 minutes because we're gonna go back to the Zoom.
I think I remember after college, I had to take some kind of menial job just to get out. I mean, I don't think anybody started at management, even though I guess technically the idea was if you got a BA or something, you were supposed to start at management, but that never happened in my experience.
Right, right.
I worked at McDonald's, and my job was like doing the fries. And for 7 years afterward, did not eat one French fry.
Oh,
Is Therese still here?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she had to leave. Okay. She'll be at the anthology reading. Martina won't be reading. Okay. So can we resume now? Are we okay?
Still waiting for Bertha.
No, I did it. And it's under new.
You must have put it as a reply.
Yes, it is a reply.
Yeah, and we asked you not to do that.
Well, where do I put it then?
Just put it in the message box. Message
New message.
Or it says message everyone.
Message.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
We'll see it. Well, worst comes worst. Can I cut and paste it for you guys? Oh, Jesus. Yes. I'm going to cut and paste. This is crazy. Okay. Roxanne, okay, I see it from Roxanne.
Okay.
Can we move on?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I want to, okay. Okay, so please unmute everybody. We're going to go to part 2 now. We're going to bring on the features, Phil Lins. Let me just do the speaker. Okay, Phil Lins was born in Brooklyn, New York, and has lived in Wilmington, Delaware since 2011. He's been writing poetry since 1971 and is the founder and publisher of Fierce Grace Press, specializes in chapbooks and believing in the concept of publishing under the radar. Yeah, thank you. Work from his previous 8 chapbooks have been published as the Chapbooks Collected Poems 2019, available online. He has twice been selected as a Delaware Division of the Arts Fellow and is a frequent reader at Wilmington's Second Saturday Poets and Brooklyn's Brownstone Poets. He is a member of the American Academy of Poets, the Mad Poets Society, and the Beat Museum. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to Phil Liz, who published my book, Urban Haiku, back in 2010. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Roxy. I'll do some poems here. This is called Loving Kindness for Tim and Gregory, and the epigram is even to the least of them. To the guy who cut you off and angrily gave you the finger as he passed, to the brother-in-law simmering loathing for each other, decades of shouted stupidity, to the shut-down sister surviving in the sun, carrying the burden, the child of alcoholics, to ourselves, our missteps, weaknesses, limitations, to the work remaining daily for all of us. A friend emails a page, suggests the magic of gratitude and acceptance, and I don't need to read it all. Spirit's not in the words. I need to breathe this, to live it daily, to embrace the concept we talk about, not quoting scripture, but releasing your anger, the terrible, exasperating pressures, the twisting of love and hate, of worship and disgust. To change remains always possible. To desire it is necessary. To become it requires more. To humbly surrender, to trust the unseen direction, to choose, to allow, to do the real work. To recognize that this is the only way to live these many gifts given to us, to carry it to all we meet, to change your life, to be reborn, bringing new tolerance, true tenderness into every breath. The teachers of spirit offer many roads, but all require a willingness, a commitment to awakening. The desperate pains of body, mind, spirit, wishing healing, wishing an open heart, wishing grace. This is Remembrance of Things Past, too, for Larry and Ruth Ann. After meatloaf and mash at the Metro Diner, the windows of my car thick with fog, I turn on the jazz station, hear a lonely tenor, recognize the instrumental Since I Fell for You. Stanley Turrentine, a voice cutting through the many years, all that music we'd heard and shared. Driving through the night, I tune into the non-physical, trust in their presence, my speeding car. Once a month, I drive to Philly for a 17-piece big band, sit 2 feet away from the 5 blaring saxes. Alone at the table, I invite David and Larry because they'd still love it, even though they're beyond it all now. Spending time with old vinyl, Dizzy and Basie on Pablo, albums Larry suggested for me still alive, and the attachment we created in bars and jazz joints, boomers and highlights from Pratt to J&Rs. These days, I'm filling my retired hours with boxes of old papers collected over almost 40 years, discarding much, letting so much go, the unnecessary words of the past. But I found a memoir, 1983, the wannabe writer talking friendship, a few ancient typewritten pages for his 31st birthday, the connection we had then, the connection which remains today. And you continue on your journey alone without him, all his collections, his vinyl, now in others' hands. Only stuff's easy to let go. He's alive and well, listening with me, hoping to for you, with you. Remembrance of things past. Very short poem called Eve. When I plucked the fruit from the tree, I felt nothing. When I tasted of the fruit, I felt nothing. When I gave the man the fruit, I felt nothing. I closed my eyes, and when I slowly opened them, everything had changed. Eve. This poem is a fantasy. This is what if Jack Kerouac, Charles Bukowski, and Norman Mailer were at the same AA meeting? It's called Overheard of the Meeting. My name is Jack, and I'm an alcoholic. I'm a Buddhist Catholic recovering drunk, and there's no contradiction. This is a good place to me to live the expansion, to live the joy in every breath. It's all great. It's all good. It's all one. My name is Hank, and I'm an alcoholic. I drank for almost 50 years, and I'm glad I did. Don't regret a goddamn thing. If I hadn't drank, I surely would have died, and I wouldn't have lived if I hadn't drank. This place gave me a choice, a new start. I'm amazed that I'm sober, but I am, and it's good. My name is Norman, and I'm an alcoholic, and the metaphor is that of boxing. It seems now I'm in the ring with God. We're not enemies, but I'm guessing we've got different agendas. And after three-minute rounds, we're both exhausted, and it's always a draw. It's where I'm at right now. My name is Phil, and I'm an alcoholic. My writer heroes is sober drunks. I didn't drink today, but I did read this poem. Overheard the meeting. I went to Pratt Institute as an undergraduate. They sent me a mailing requesting money, and the huge font was, "What is the one thing you think of when you think of Pratt?" And my answer is marijuana. I do miss it, that sweetly dopely high that Roz turned me onto when I was 15. And I did smoke at Pratt, most often in the safety of my car. It was illegal, you know, and that scared me, but I kept buying and smoking with a little selling on the side. I once bought a pound, $300, and had all of it, so much sticks and weed arranged on my bedspread. I sold some, but I smoked much. I smoked almost openly at Tulane, was once stopped by a school cop and denied. He didn't know what to do. Yes, I'm a student. Here's my ID. No, I didn't drop that smoldering roach. It's like the time I was in Amsterdam when I avoided the smoke-filled cafes, but found a head shop, held a package, 30 grams of magic mushrooms for a pink €10 note. I put it down. I walked away. It comes down to timing, of course. These days, you often smell skunk weed from passing cars, as so many legal businesses offer edibles, gummies, cookies, brownies, Alice's brownies. Amazing. We were cleaning out Roz's closet after she passed and came across her final stash, a couple of pipes of brown dried out butter, too. What could we do? Neither Eileen nor Tim had any interest in me. Though I romanticized that high that kept me going for 10 years, AA says you can't be high and sober at the same time, so I keep my sobriety, and I'm happy to do so. But so often there's that twinge. Haven't had taste in over 30 years. I'm sure I could handle it. But that's like Janice getting clean, just trying it once more for fun because she knew she could handle it. That's what's waiting for me, too. Just for today, I'm sober and abstinent. I choose not to drink or drug or gamble just for today. Though I honor my drink and drug filled past and own it all, I choose a different path today, just for today. My marijuana poem. And this is a couple of years old, but it's worth thinking about. It's called "It's Not About George Floyd." It takes one young man to throw a bicycle at a glass window and a second thereby emboldened to aim a kick at the splintered pane. And not much more because the crowd gives anonymity's protection so that unknown figures can finish the task. T-Mobile windows now only shards on the ground. Once the door is open, we own the space. We can get anything we want. What the hell? It's all insured anyway. Android cases discarded on Gray Market Street, Wilmington. The apologists talking systemic racism, 400 years, 0.1% of bad actors, outside agitators, all that may be true, and yet the intersection of frustration and freedom, lifetimes of the reality of racism, that sudden moment which feels like power. and individual responsibility can't exist within the whirlwind of the mob. Here's a wedding poem. When it's right for Bill and Judy. When it's right. The music you share is high and sweet, inclusive, loving. The ordinary things of life glitter with living, breathing light. The laughter of friends is buoyant, giving, supportive. The body is free from pain, responsive, joy-filled. The mind is the perfect servant, choosing the proper path. The choices made give smooth, sun-flecked downstream ride. The difficulties yield experience, knowledge. They add to your growth. The hell of 90s dating never need lived again. The satisfaction coming from becoming one, remaining two. The talents and abilities of each are sweetened, enhanced. The lives shared, youth to graceful age, grows synergistically stronger. The love they shared is fire, is ocean, is all ever wanted or needed. When it's right, it's yours fully today for all of your days together. Just another remembrance. It's called I Drank Wine on Route 66, and the aphorism comes from the writer of Bobby Troop, Get Your Kicks on Route 66. We were close to the canyon, but never got to it. Instead, it was the Red Rocks of Sedona, a music festival in a huge hole in the ground. Bob and Cindy were friends, just starting to get friendlier. I tagged along a third wheel, accepting my role as backseat fool, as jester, the long ride Tucson to Sedona. In the gatherings before the music, there were celebrities. I saw Andrew Weil in Indian drag, mistook him for Ramdas. A tall, bearded poet foot-pedaled a harmonium, asked passerby, do you like poetry? Years later, saw him on the dark streets of Soho, even wrote a story of that, published in a little magazine 1,000 years ago. Saturday night, I left Bob and Cindy alone and wandered out into the warm night air, bought a cheap bottle of wine from a package store, noted the sign, the deserted, dusty road. Old Route 66, the one less traveled by since the freeway took over, but it was the road Bobby Troop wrote about, and everyone, tormented to a sleep at the wheel, covered it. Winding from Chicago to LA, I drank alone that empty Arizona road, toasting my ancestors, Steinbeck to Cassidy, Thomas Wolfe to Kerouac, to the pranksters, connected to car culture, to the American grain, to the great idea that is still America. I drank wine alone, caught the cheap, sweet buzz that I'd wanted, my misspent youth. Sunday, the music fest, McCoy Tyner and Jackson Brown. We drove back to Tucson. Never spoke of those moments, me alone with wine on America's Mother Road. One of the moments of my life, recollected years later in tranquility, the intention to accept my past, to own it all, so that I can more fully live today. And I'll finish up with a on the road poem. It's called On the Road 2023 for Joe and Jock and Grim and Bob. The aphorism comes from Kerouac, nothing behind me, everything ahead of me, ever so, as is ever so on the road. And on the road, Jack and Neil raced Rocky Mount to Ozone Park, speeding dark, quiet American roads. Today, 2023, I drive the new superhighways in daylight, continuous stereo green at median and shoulders, passing trucks occasionally only to be past the same trucks miles down the road, choosing the highway so that I can make time, Wilmington to Savannah to Cape Coral and back again, the summer heat oppressive, the air conditioning necessary. Closer to New York City, the radio rose up with an earshot of the 49 Hudson, Bird and Diz and Symphony Sid, jumping through eastern seaboard night, connecting the new, the hip, the beat to fresh ears. When they reached New York, they found the huge whipped creams at Hector's, which always meant New York City to them. Today, it's millions of Mickey D's, Burger King, and Hardee's. And in the South, there's the Waffle House, familiar chains, carbon copy fast foods, the comfortable, the expected. We become so spoiled, so great the range of serious music online. A single button gives Christian McBride to James Taylor, Savoy Junction to 40s, 50s, 70s, 50s, 60s, 70s pop. Sinatra, Beethoven, Buffett, even sports and comedy. Jack and Neil show the path, sex, drugs, jazz, freedom, the American highways, the ever-speeding going, a path for me. Goodbye to Florida friends and back onto the sweltering highways. That long trip home alone, my car, the hottest days ever. These days on the road, 2023. That's my time. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. Okay, we're going to move on to the final reader. Okay, Alan Semerjian is an award-winning Armenian-American writer, musician, educator, and current poet laureate of New York's Nassau County. Recent recognitions include 2 Pushcart nominations, a Frontier New Poets Award, Poems in Poetry International, the Brooklyn Rail, Fence, Hanging Loose, the Southampton Review, and Mizna, and a tweet from Kim Kardashian that made his 2020 spoken word album, The Serpent and the Crane, with guitarist and composer Aram Bajakian, viral for a day. He is on the advisory board for the International Armenian Literary Alliance, through which he founded and directs the Young Armenian Poets Awards. Let's give a warm Brownstone welcome to Alan Shemerzian. Take it away.
Hey everybody, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. It's a pleasure to be here and dropping in on this really beautiful community you have here. Patricia, thank you for the invitation, and it's great to hear everybody's voices today. Sort of dropping into communities like this is like, I don't know, some sort of like blind date or something, but it's like, it feels really, yeah, but it's like it's always going to go well because it's, we're poets here. So thank you. Some poems here. This is from As It Ought to Be, is a online literary magazine, The Politics. So many voices in the room, all missing each other, like a laser beam circus, or a part in the movie where the thief needs to infiltrate the stash's safe or get the remaining pearls, but the zigzag of red lines is in the way. He mustn't touch the line in his routine, or else all hell will break loose in the form of sirens and bells, cutaways and fades to possibly a sprinkler system about to go off as well. We are those oblique lines in hot pursuit of anything but each other. Too electric to touch or embrace for long, or extend the figure of a shoulder out for a head to lay on, to cry on, and or while the thief steps over us too easily, now that we think about it, and gets to what he must inevitably get to, which is, of course, whatever is behind that goddamn unforsaken door. This is the idea of America overturned. This will be in my second full-length collection when that sort of makes its way into the world. I haven't read this much, so this just feels right. It starts off with a quote by Alicia Ostreicher: "This land is 2 lands." This morning you left us alone with the decision to learn how to walk backwards to the edge of the cliff we scaled over the past few centuries, or stare indeterminately at what we've become. Oh, America, why do you hate your mothers, who know more than anyone what you are and what you can be? America, always the choice was never yours. It was theirs from the start. Someone wants to tell this story of the original idea tucked in the blindfolds of your life. America, you cannot arrest your reporters. America, the tale will spin backwards one day, and the markings of your travel will reveal that no dragon bent from great heights and ate your bread. America, this fire you consume will devastate your innards. This is what your grandparents dreamt of when they slept on disaster's bed. lined up in rows so that one can see how the curvature of the earth goes. America, Claude McKay knew, and Adonisio knows, and Sappho, Naomi, Willie, other spires whose names you continue to refuse, lit as miracles. Here we go again, America. Locate what you don't understand and slip it in your pocket for future study. America, the new birds are watching. America, the envelope is torn and it's still delivered. America, this rocket ship is a braid of hair that you must never cut. Give me back that flag so I can unfurl and fly its ladders toward stars, slide across the lengths. America, the time warp. America, the protracted. America, stop looking in other people's mirrors to find your face. America, your contours were almost true, and then you blew them up so hard. This pile of sand cast for a storm, America. Go stand on it at midnight with your friends so as to pretend it is a mountain. But when the time comes, get off the hill because someone will use it to prevent the skid and to save lives today because someone else thought to set it there. And there will be people who move it, and they will have families and other people who love them too, and everyone will come together in the end. Not the few, America. It's never the few. It's the whole America that will rush to your rescue in ways we cannot yet imagine. Get out of your own way, finally, you flexing bastard. Why didn't you wear the mask? What will you see when you die? Not your strength or size of your boat, but that which it delivered to your door and what happened after it opened. On the shore, America. The door on the shore. This is the last thing at the end of your long hallways and light. America, the lady holding up that light. She's so alone out there. Do you see her now after all this? Do you recognize her still? Does she still have a choice? Go and chart a new plan. This one has folded its imagination in phrases, rulers pinned to thrones, demented origami bent for obfuscation's sake, made mincemeat of our better halves. And America, finally, go and find a new country today. This one, with its bomb envy and million definitions of hate, has polarized the shit out of itself, is content with tracing borders as if they were garments hanging in department store light. I kind of dive inward a little bit. So this is called The Hole in the Night, and Great Weather for Media published it. It was a wonderful journal, publication, press, and it kind of moved, I think, away from sort of maybe it's taking a hiatus. I hope it's taking a hiatus and it's not permanent. But thank you, Great Weather for Media, for publishing this. This is called The Hole in the Night. My father had a hole in the night into which he would walk and disappear for a few hours. I mostly knew where he was, so it wasn't the space that drew me in, but the idea of it, like a door in a part of the mind pushed open, every night like clockwork, without any need of repair, for years. He was betting. It was honest. And there was nothing else left for him except those horses and the smoky conversations mostly men have when almost everything else is put away. When I think about it, I imagine how young we both were. He feeling his way around fatherhood, and me just coming to understand the ways in which we walk out of things we love but never leave, or at least the idea of it, which I have probably kept too close my entire life, and which I hear in the part of the mind pushed open when I'm filling the hole with words. Thank you. I think that's a poem about writing. It's about my father, but I think it's ultimately about writing. Um, so I spent a lot of time living and perform. I'm a musician as well as a poet and an educator. And I used to perform up and down Avenue A a lot in all the clubs there, from the street level, the 90s on Houston, all the way up to, Brownies and all the, Pyramid Club and all these other places we used to visit in the East Village. But during the daytime, these beautiful birds, some of you know them maybe, us New Yorkers used to kind of move back and forth between the park there and the rooftops on Avenue A. And this is a poem for them. It's called The Birds of Avenue A. It's a New York poem, I think, ultimately, but it's a poem for imagination. The birds of Avenue A are impressionist painters on a date with afternoon light. They swing through myths of east and west, eschewing the many grids before them. They soar with new impenetrable dreams that we've tried to cup in our hands like fallen apricots, letting them go in the wind, turning leaves into wings, the pit into eye. Ever reaching, they fly over us, no flags, but that which alights, feather and swoon, marvel the original plan. They raise the horizon like a swollen tent we all stand under. They dive into Ararat's valley. Their migrations dazzle inside the slow move of murmur's heat for all the impossible miles. They fill the memory with a dose of maze, conduct us in calm internal measurements. They fly together, but they are on their own. They are the city's bells reverberating democracy in these new silences of history. How clean our suffering, one form of flightlessness or another shaping the contours of our sidewalk lives, and how clear their antidote to empire, to undress in manifold shades of some idea under sun, indivisible, with direction for only the now. I love those birds. Those birds are like so dear to me. Does anyone know those birds? What I'm talking, I mean, maybe it's just, on Avenue A, if you're ever down there, New Yorkers, check them out during the day. They just move back and forth in such beautiful murmurations. Um, I'm Armenian. Some of you heard the Kim Kardashian tweet comment, which was remarkable and strange, and it's a conversation for another day. But ultimately, if you know anything about Armenia, um, it's a small little country just east of Turkey that has a very complicated history. Um, and I was born here, but I am 100% Armenian, and this is a poem for Armenia, and it references Woodside, Queens, where I grew up. This country, dreaming of birth and rebirthing, child and child again in lap and free and screenshots, how many do not see? This country under the radar, alone and happy in hostile territory, the heart a mountain across the enemy lines, holier than holy, older than hate, younger than joy. This country I tried to reach from my balcony as a child across the unimaginable sea when I made the paper airplanes and when I launched them and watched as they soared, wings perfect, nose so sleek, down 60th Street, past crosswalks and first friends' homes, new lifts from subway gratings, across Roosevelt, and down into all my eyes could not see. My country, invisible but there, not near, but somehow everywhere. If anyone has roots in a smaller country, you may relate to that one. I'm going to read one more, and then I'm just going to pitch a contest that the Nassau County Poet Laureate Society is currently accepting submissions for. And I hope that many of you poets here whose voices I've been hearing are so tremendous. I hope you could submit. I'll tell you more about it right after this poem. This poem is, it's called The Poem for Everyone, and it's a poem that ultimately is a dedication to open mics, which is what we're ultimately dealing with here. And it's just a poem about how we learn from each other through these open mics, and how these are, to me, some of the most democratic spaces in the world. Just so thank you for continuing this series, Patricia, and inviting me. The only thing you need to know in this poem is there's a word, I mean, you probably know it anyway, but it's called reverb. Musicians know it. It kind of creates echo on your instrument. It could be a voice, could be anything really. And it's just, it's plugged oftentimes through an amplification system, an amp that you play, a little box. So it's called The Poem for Everyone. Everyone, the apartment upstairs is unlocked. And it's empty, except for a live microphone plugged into a box of reverb so that the echo grows wings around you when you step up to it and breathe. Everyone, the sound is for you to consider your alliances, your hopes, your every secure meandering away from your screens in the dark that nobody hears. That nobody is also everyone else or otherwise, in love and looking for space in a world so over it and up against it every day. Take the stairs, everyone, better for your heart. Make the necessary preparations for some part in what's forever transformation. There's surge still in the lines and aim yet in the scope of its reach, which might seem every fear that you have yet to fear, and every crowded this way and that. Everyone, what you may find there in the room not too far away and just above you will be bliss. Wrap all your arms around it and hold on, dear life. We are nothing if not directions for each other. Thank you so much, Patricia. And I will tell you more about this. I don't know if you could see it, this poetry contest. I'll put it in the link. I hope many of you submit. I will tell you there is a few dollars of a fee to submit a bunch of poems, and all of that money goes to create our Nassau County Teen Poet Laureate. It gives them a scholarship, a small little scholarship, and it's an initiative that I pushed in the county, and I'm really glad that the society is supporting it. So that money goes to help a future high school senior, who loves poetry. So let's keep this thing going. Thanks, everybody. If I do leave a little bit early, I apologize. I have to go with my son on a hike, so I'm very thankful. But I'm going to mute myself now and get that information. So thank you so much, Patricia. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. I want to thank Alan, Phil, Bertha, and Elizabeth for the fabulous features today. We're going to move on to the open mic. I know, please keep it to 2 minutes. We got a lot going on. We have Susan Murray, Karen, Edward, Jack, Martina. Oh, no, Martina's not reading, she said. Larissa Smilo, Josephine. We have Ken Howard. You want to read first, because I know you have to leave early. We have Mona. We have Beth, Lynn, Carrie, Rick, Dorothy, Stephen, Judith. Therese left. Okay. Samuel, Michael, myself, and Roxy. Let's, Ken, you want to read first since you have to go? Have a problem? Ken Holland, are you still here?
I am here.
Okay, you can read. Why don't you read first, because I know you have a
Sure.
problem. Okay.
Yeah, I mentioned to Patricia that I've had some nasal surgery, so I look like I've dressed for Halloween early. So I'm going to leave my video off.
Your
No
video's off.
Yes, I'm leaving my video off because I have had nasal surgery and I look like something out of Halloween.
Okay, got you. Got
Okay.
you. Okay.
All right. One poem happens to be 2 minutes. It's called Dependence Day. Here you are laying claim to an American diet that accepts no blame for the platter of old meat, as it certifies it prime beef, given it's been spiced with toxins. The way a slow cooker will smoke the wood of hickory into the shirt of whoever's cooking, without questioning that shirt's factory of origin. Or if the shirt was an illegal immigrant that walked its way up the spine of Mesoamerica alongside other Guatemalans. Your mind simply gathers itself around a gathering of friends, and the music has a bass line that could well serve in any parade that marches with military precision, while opioids are being pulled from the grill by those who prefer them served medium well. And who doesn't have a cousin, who doesn't have a neighbor or second cousin who succumbed to the bounty of this land and taken by the hand of temptation to dance at the prom with the unexpected charm of OxyContin? Oblivion in the backseat of a Ford your fathers restored from 1957. How the present becomes the past, but never tomorrow. As if any given moment has no moment that will follow. While somewhere outside it's the 4th of July, and the country's hunger is rising like an apparition. Paranoia and conspiracy serve as our green industry, as there is no plastic in their packaging. Thank you for listening. I'm going to stay as long as I can. Thank you.
Feel better. Feel better. Okay.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Susan Murray from Canada. Susan? Susan? You still there?
Yeah, she's unmuted. I don't know why we're not seeing her.
Okay, we're going to move on. If she comes back, okay. We're going to move on to Karen. Karen, unmute and share.
Thanks, Patty and Roxy, for keeping us all together here. And fabulous reading, everyone. Features really amazing. This is called Our Lady Vanished. There were small signs we saw but didn't see. Small signs Our Lady left before she fully left. For those who noticed, the first thing noticed was the book had fallen beside her feet. Nothing took its place. Her arm held an empty, even sky couldn't fill. Next, those who noted say they saw her raised arm, hand now in a fist thrust high. She stayed like this a long time until we forgot what she once held for us to hold as well. And then a morning came and she was simply gone. Her pedestal was empty save the book and torch and her sandals and crown with its 7 spikes. A hubbub ensued. The usual inquiries, the finger pointing and the blaming, the prayers. In time, those too settled down. For a while longer, her name continued to float in air and on some lips until that also stopped. Then the tired of the land grew and huddled, but had no place to rest. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, next week is Susan Murray back. Okay, we're going to move on to Edward Galt. Unmute and share.
Thank you very much. This one is called the 506. The 506 pulled out of South Station at 6:05. They usually have you walk to the furthest car. I usually ran, not for fitness, just not to miss it. I leaned back in the seat, closed my eyes. I couldn't read the paper right then, eyes too heavy. I thought back to my day at the museum. This lady was explaining Compton's painting to her son. A horse's head is in the doorway. The mother is feeding it. The children are at the table eating, as if everything is normal. Maybe it is. The father is absent. Just like in our family, the woman had said, we are not the first. It brought it brought back it brought me back to the hospital the night my daughter was born, holding her close, nestled in a blanket in my arm. I would never not be there for her. I got out the Boston Globe, thumbing through the pages for the editorial. The columnist was discussing why the Democrats deserve to lose. They just couldn't communicate, he said. I noticed we weren't moving. An announcement said there would be a delay. They would be moving shortly, whatever that meant. They never gave real info. People in the next seat were talking to the conductor, something about sabotage, gasoline tanks placed on the tracks. I texted Marcy, told her of the delay and why. 45 minutes later, the announcer said Lincoln would be the last stop. I texted the news to Marcy. When I stepped off at Lincoln, she was there with Piper. We chatted about the day on the drive home. The next day, Piper came to me and said, she did not call me Dad. Last night, I was hoping you would die in the explosion from the gas on the tracks. That was 506. And the painting I refer to is Frederick George Compton's One of the Family, if you want to look that up. It's kind of an amusing painting. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, Susan, I don't know if you can get on. If not, okay, we're going to move on to Jack Cooper and then Larissa Smilo and Josephine Loray, and then hopefully Susan will come on. Jack, unmute and share.
Thank you. I haven't always been in Paris. Always wished I were. But when I didn't, I wrote this poem. And I had the pleasure last night of reading it to French people with piano accompaniment. It's called Simulacrum. It's a Belmondo day, a morning, a bout de soup. The girl giving away AM New York, mumbles French. Disjunct the sun, double jointed like a thumb. Traces ellipse, bound to the earth by suspicion, uncertain whereabouts, up to something, no doubt, lost in thought. But now the tissue of clouds as illusion tears, letting color there be light. Sound deafen exposure of black and white. Every god knows, consistent, conservative in belief, only one Paris exists, not least unique in daydream or deceit cinematic, none such other similar anything. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Beautiful, Jack. Okay.
Bravo, Jack.
Yay. The master has spoken. Sorry about Susan Marsh's having technical problems.
Yeah, does she want somebody maybe to read her poem? She could cut and paste it into the chat. Maybe someone could read it for her.
If she's able to. Okay, meantime, I want to move on to Larissa, Josephine, Loray, and then Mona. Is Mona still here? Okay, let's move on. Larissa, mute and share.
Thank you, everybody, for a fabulous reading. This is called Warsaw Ghetto. I am the Warsaw Ghetto. I am the Underground Railroad. I am a hero. I am the people who sang songs, who said the Lord's Prayer and the Shema Yisrael as the Nazis led them to the gas chamber. I am a 5-year-old girl in Jim Crow, Mississippi, going to school. I am Rosa Parks. I stand before the policeman, before his club and his gun, and I say, no, you can't have mine. No. They tortured me, and I confessed I couldn't help it. They put electrodes on and I screamed. I told them everything they wanted to hear. But I never believed them. I never believed their lies. I always believed in love, could see in the distance the light, and wait, I know it will come, for help. I am a survivor of Maxwell's torture and Epstein's rape at age 12, 13, 14, and now. I survived the selfish fondlings, the inspection of my genitals, the picking, groping hands, the gangbang, the lies. I survived the prostitution, the mutilation and sedation, the betrayal and attempted murder of my soul. Don't tell me there is no God. Who else helped me? It wasn't you. I called on God to help me. There was no one else, no mother, no father, no teacher, no preacher, no rabbi, no doctor, no friend. My enemies were powerful, like Hitler in the ghetto, but I held out. And when I tried to collaborate, wanting to die, when I tried to surrender, I couldn't do it. I had to stand up, had to fight. No matter how many times they knocked me down, called me crazy, made me cry. In the ghetto, in the sewers, there's a record, a diary like mine, of people who fought, of people who fought and loved, of people who fought and won, no matter what anybody says. Thank you.
Wow, that was strong, beautiful, Larissa. Thank you for sharing. Josephine, you're next. And after
Thank you.
Josephine, we're going to have Mona and Beth Reed and Lynn Shapiro, Carrie, Rick, Dorothy, Stephen, Judith, Samuel, Michael, myself, and Roxy. Take it
Thank
away.
you. I'm reading the last poem from my new collection called The Moon and All Her Faces, which was published by Marissa Prada, Redder Green Books in the States. So the last piece is called The Kindness of Combing. The last time I said goodbye to my mother, she asked if she could comb my hair. She hadn't since I was little, recalcitrant. It was curly and thick then, and it would have hurt, I think, though she would have put water on the comb. There is no clear memory. When I was little, she would pull it up from the crown and attach a rubber band to create like a little waterfall. I saw a young girl with her hair done like that in a grocery store in Toronto, where I had taken my mother to eat arancini and fettini impanati, and an arrangiata from Sicily, followed by a cannolo filled with sheep milk ricotta. A dark-haired, dark-lashed girl with olive skin, and thought she could be me, a young me. My mother loves children and babies, and you can see the joy on her face as she looks at them and they smile at her. When I was young, I thought I looked like my dad because his hair and eyes and lashes are dark like mine. My mother red-haired and fair and freckled, green eyes. But now that our hair is gossamer white and mine turning silver, now that color is not so important, I am told I look like her. I look like her and I have freckles and not really olive skin, although I tan like my dad did, and I didn't know it all along. Oh, I just wanted to add a word about olives. She stopped to pick one from the deli as we walked the produce aisles, a green one with red pimento filling, and I was ready to take down anyone who would dare stop her. No one did. So the last time I said goodbye, she stood in her nursing home room, combing her hair, and asked if she could comb mine too. I didn't tell her I was going to be getting on a plane to come home and wouldn't see her again until the fall. For days and seasons mean nothing now. There is only the moment. And the moment she sees me, her eyes light up and she smiles. She knows I am family. Sometimes I am her daughter, Jojo, and sometimes I'm her sister, but that's okay because I know how she loves her sisters. She knows I am family, and my kids flew out to see her too, and she knows they are family. She takes their hands and lets them lead her. She takes the food they offer and lets them change her into her nightgown. She doesn't like anyone else touching her or seeing her vulnerability. But she knows, Core knows, we are family. She asked if she could comb my hair. I said yes. I sat on the edge of her nursing home bed and she gently moved the comb through, her touch tender and light. She made eskrima first. That is our word for the straight line, the parts. Her hands soft, and the comb did not tug. And she told me, my capelle are fine. My hair is fine, not coarse. That is age. Age softens us or hardens us. It has softened my mother and is softening me. The second last time, the time I said goodbye as she was leaving my house to go back to Toronto after more than a year with me in her dementia, kind and loving nonetheless, I combed her hair. I asked my sister to take a video so I would remember, but how? How could I forget? Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Very beautiful. Let's move on to Mona. Mona, unmute and share.
Thank you, Patricia, and thank you everyone who has read so far. I wanted to read from the anthology. So my poem that has appeared here is on page 47. It's called Reflection. These pita pockets full of air, back in the day, we called them lies. I only have energy for dishes today, someone once told me. If you only have a crumb, you give a crumb, you give everything. The water is running hot over my fingers. The children are hungry, and I'm finding my feet in this absurd reflection. In this life of more or less, the calculus of nothing out of nothing is everything. Everything is the calculus of nothing out of nothing. In this life of more or less absurd reflection, and I'm finding my feet in this. The children are hungry. The water is running hot over my fingers. You give everything. You give a crumb if you only have a crumb. Someone once told me, I only have energy for dishes today. Back in the day, we called them lies, these pita pockets full of air. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Thank you. Next, we're going to have Beth S.K. Morris. May take it away.
Hi, everyone. First, I want to let everyone know that the book I'll be reading from, A Yellow Notebook, just won the International Firebird first place in poetry and memoir. And I want to give a shout out and a thanks to Patricia and Roxanne for their support of this book from its very beginning. Bravo, both of you. Okay, I changed the poem I'm going to read today because there were quite a few readings about moms, about mothers today. And I was also inspired last night. I don't know if you saw it on Channel 13. They had a one-woman play about Ann Richards, the female governor from Texas who broke all barriers. She was a tough bird, like my mom. This is called Move-In Day at the Nursing Home. Josephine. My sister and I took our mother to a nearby restaurant before we had to check her in. We tried to help Fanny stay in her apartment with a home aide, but we would hire them and she would fire them. Fanny accused one of stealing, another of using the phone to make long-distance calls. The last one was intolerable. Our mother was a hard woman. If we cried when we were children, she would stand behind us humming and playing Hearts and Flowers on an imaginary violin. Tears were not permitted in our house. The two of us prattled on through lunch, touting the activities Fanny would have at the nursing home. Bingo, Metropolitan Opera videos, ice cream sundaes on Sunday. She stared down at her pasta bowl, unresponsive until dessert. Know what today is? It's my 65th wedding anniversary. My sister pushed what was left of her tiramisu to the side of the table. I set down my coffee cup. We both stared across the room, avoiding Fanny's eyes. When I looked back, I watched one tear fall down my mother's face.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. And congratulations. Okay, next up we have Lynn. And after Lynn, we're going to have Carrie, Rick, Dorothy, Stephen, Judith, Samuel, Michael, myself, and Roxy. Take it away.
Hi, thank you for a lovely afternoon. It was wonderful readings. My poem is being published in JAMA in January. It's called Shroud. Before I canceled his phone, there were the photos. Spain, Morocco, the cabin, close-ups of construction sites, the rooftop garden and harvest. The last image, repeated 10 times, a close-up of a blanket, white, woven. For months, I watched as all buttons, including the phones, became buttons for him to try, as if a last vestige of power resided in the index finger of a man who could lift, make, or fix anything just months before. One by one, I contemplate the world as he saw it, which photos to download onto my phone. The blanket photo, I realized, was taken in the ICU hours before he made it home to a final meal and morphine. Before a friend's father was cremated, we covered him with playing cards, cigars, and a blanket, last gift bestowed for comfort in the afterlife before being given to the fire. The photo pulls me back. Beneath the blanket, my sweetheart's body, barely moving as he struggled to breathe. Aaron, as you clicked away on your phone, did you think you were reheating your coffee, raising your legs in the recliner, changing the channel? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lynn. Okay, next up we have Carrie. Take it away, Carrie, one of my editors.
Hey, everybody. A big thanks to Patricia and Roxanne for hosting one of the coolest Saturdays that, hangouts we all come and express ourselves. So, when a lone woman travels alone, I'm not telling you where I'm going, mister. You are a stranger. I don't need to sit down in the subway car. I don't need any help. I have no money to give you. I don't want to be saved. I don't want to take a survey and or answer any of your questions. I won't give you my body, my baby, or my precious time. I won't toke on your vape. Don't take my bag. I have many things to do today. I don't know you. Please, leave me alone. I am fine. I just want to get out of here. Don't follow me.
Oh my God, that's the perfect. Oh, this is how I exactly feel. Women, we have to fight. We have to fight.
Exactly.
Thank you. That's a good feminist poem. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, next we have Rick Bispic. Then we have Dorothy Cantwell, Stephen, let's see, Judith, Samuel, Michael, myself, and Roxy. Take it away, Rick.
Thank you. I want to first make an announcement that we've been holding Shakespeare on Zoom for a long time. On the 11th of November, we're doing part 2 of The Tempest. I've got 2 quick little poems for you. This first one, you may guess the target. It's called, Oh, an Opinion. Oh, no, dissent. Where you dare, where you went by some devil sent descent? Once so proudly you were sent of these fine countries' pride descent. But now too dense, they take offense and charge you a pretty pile of pounds, rubles, and pence. And if you dare an opinion share beyond the fence, just sits outside beyond the tightening, frightening, prickly fence, and the dare to share, I remember when we were proud to share our opinions right out loud. So proud we were that here we could speak Not like those other sad blokes there across the street. So back when, opinions were allowed. And then this, oh boy, he wants a special parade. Oh boy, he wants a special parade, the kind that only generals gave. He wants it big, he wants it noisy, with rockets rare and tanks from Jersey. But he's decided it's just for him. He's decided that time's not really a whim, that no one else can watch his glory because no one else can absorb his divinity story. And after all the tanks and rows of trucks, no one ever else will have his kind of luck to even catch a little peek, because right there on either side of his tank complete, he'll be riding bareback, if you know what I mean. You think it's not funny? Well, it's not obscene. Not like his wife sprawled naked on a plane. These are his daughters-in-law. They do it for fame. All his daughters will also be riding and striding bare. It's just that he's the only one that'll in that private parade get to stare. It's almost a little mean. He wants each one on each side of the tank he's riding, grinning, never subsiding. And as for you, and as well as for them, it's a little more frightening this other way, Win. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next is Dorothy Cantwell. After her, Stephen, Judith, Samuel, Michael, me, and Roxy. I think I got the whole thing there. Okay. Dorothy, take it away.
All right. Thank you. I want to say what a breathtaking afternoon this has been. It's just thank you for this, Patricia, and to Roxanne and all the different readers. It's just been amazing. Okay, I'm going to read the poem that is in the anthology, and somehow it's not big enough, so here I go. Let me just open it. Okay, this poem, I'm very grateful to have it included in the anthology, which I will get in the mail in 2 days.
It should be today, hopefully, if Amazon delivers.
Okay. Midnight Scream. Overhanging branches claw at the dark, spindly fingers trembling, grasping for purchase. Wet gusts of wind move them in frantic circles. Her headlights search the night for the white line to guide her on the unlit winding road as she flees any thought of home, no longer sweet nor safe, but air thickened, sickened, poisoned with treachery. Hers is the only car on the road. Black moss hangs like stalactites from the arches of the stone bridges. She screams as she passes under them. She remembers the fun she had as a child, play acting that way on long drives, until her father reached back over the seat and slapped her thigh hard. "Knock it off right now, you'll make me crash the car." And her mother looked at her with wide, warning eyes. After that, she used to press her lips together and hold her scream and breath inside, pretending to be bound and gagged, held it in as they passed under each fearsome bridge. As it turned out, it was a skill that came in useful later, the ability to stifle her screams, smother her fear and rage. But now, in the car, hidden by the terrible shroud of night, she screams and does not stop until the cathartic sound is but a hoarse, raspy whisper.
Oh. Wonderful. Thank you, Dorothy. Yeah, very happy to have you in it. So many great people in it. Okay, we're going to move on to Steph. Hi. Hey, Luna.
Hello. Hi, this is Luna. She's with me whenever I read. I have two short ones here, and they should be under 2 minutes. The first one is wood frogs, peepers, infinitesimal buds barely there on all but bare branches, morning mystery, as hawk calls pronounce some far longing. Two geese, too, twin ink blots smudge by in the dense sky. I'll call them geese. They call for flock or mate or friend or foe. I do not know. I'll call them geese. 3 ducks tumble past the fogged massive air wall, unsure of their place in the sky, and I, unsure of my place in this world. Amethystish crocus reminds me the world is not black and white. And this is inspired by a very early poem we heard today. This is called Your Drinking. The how, now that is easy. Your how is too much. The who, now that is tough. Your who is who you were, decaying into who you are, a dangerous element burning through your half-life. The what, now that comes easy, so easy to so many. Every corner has a corner store, and every other store, it seems, is seemingly a package store, a place for the lonely to visit in place of holy places, their sacraments so decadent. The when, now that comes soon, soon after, too soon after the latest last that never lasts long enough to quiet the demons you give no voice to, the ones burrowed in like shipworms below your waterline somewhere, drowned beneath the place you buried them. The where has been wherever your whenever finds you, takes you down, a funeral, a bat mitzvah, a courthouse, a Monday, a reunion, a workplace. The where is anywhere you lose your will-less battle with your urges, your bleakness, your weakness, your sadness, your lies, your reckless wreckfulness. You give no voice to your pains and can't admit to your anxieties, your whys, a tease. Your whys, a tease, you'll die, my pleas unheard, unheard. I listened, I talked, I waited, I asked, I pushed, I offered. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Beautiful work. Thank you.
I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you, Luna. Okay, next up we have Judith, and then after Judith, we're going to have Michael. There's no Samuel here, myself, and Roxanne. Okay, take it away, Judith.
Thanks, Patricia, and thanks, Roxanne, and thank you, everyone. It's been a great reading. Swim lessons to my father. Gray-green sky meets, gray-green sea meets sky that never ends. Shores disappear. Cloud of seagulls above glistening foam. I see you rise from the deep, translucent, swim your powerful crawl, the one you taught me in choppy waters. We meet in timelessness. I want to tell you that rightist forces, like those you fought, are surging, that the baby in my arms at your deathbed, grown now, bears your legacy. But you swim on. Raucous cries of gulls pierce the air. Wind-blown nimbus clouds loom. You warned me of undertow and changing currents. Rocked by riptides, I fight to keep afloat. Thunderous breakers crash on the shore.
Beautiful. Thank you
That's
so much.
gorgeous.
Beautiful. Okay, next up we have Michael Ditch. Michael, unmute and share.
I don't think Michael's reading today. I think he's just listening.
Okay, we'll move on. Okay, no, it's me. And then Roxanne. That's fast. Okay. Okay, two pieces. One very political. Okay. Towers for the poor. They built a tower for those of moderate income. They placed a red line around this tower, camouflaged in its identity. The people of the tower did get poorer, and in time, this list got longer. So they built another tower, and another, and another. The dominoes of poverty formed a pattern of towers. The patterns multiplied, and so did the red lines. No one outside the towers cared about the towers. With age came neglect. Cracks formed tributaries on walls. Plaster and paint fell like hail. It might be sunny outside, but the ceilings knew precipitation. Appliances, doors, and windows broken like the system. A buffet of trash aplenty. A party for roaches, mice, and rats. If inspectors paid visits, They'd write up reports to be filed under inaction. They got paid for work not done, like the politicians who lie and pick your pockets. The violations multiplied into an explosion. One tower's wall collapsed, but no one was hurt. The tower was declared unsafe. The poor were evacuated to temporary shelters. Was the culprit an unchecked boiler or a faulty chimney? The city plans to investigate, but we know why the tower fell. Like the flick of the finger when playing dominoes, which tower will fall next? Now for some haiku for the season. Spice rack reserved for Halloween. Nutmeg addiction. Spice rack reserved for Halloween. Nutmeg addiction. Halloween cat Jimmy's the coffin for treats. Halloween cat Jimmy's the coffin for treats. Trump's tariffs. Halloween bats work overtime as cats. Trump's tariffs. Halloween bats work overtime as cats. And last, my right and left arm here, Roxanne Hoffman. Take it away, girl.
Okay, let me find my poem. A little Halloween. Okay. The hunt. We trudged up the steep hill, beating a path beneath us with our feet, kicking up loose rocks and the dry dust whirling all around us, trying not to look down at the village bustling below, less real with every step, like a faraway fairyland disappearing into the mist. We searched and searched, peering into every cave and stirring every hollow we passed. The brush whipping against our bare arms and legs, sometimes slicing our hands as we pushed it away to keep it from scraping our faces. Without mind to thorn and thistle, we kept plodding on until the brush opened up into a bright sunlit clearing, a meadow filled with billowing Queen Anne's lace. A wave of bluebells beckoned us in the breeze as a lone lark atop a thistle sang its lilting melody. By then, exhausted, we tumbled down one by one, landing on the soft bed of clover, the sweet dew-drenched grass kissing our faces. I found myself kneeling, clutching a single blade of grass as if in prayer, grateful and guilty that we hadn't found him. Then I saw the sun begin to set, its color changing from yellow to orange to red, growing rounder and larger as it sank. And remembering just how far away we were from home and the safety of our beds, I shouted out a warning cry. Quickly, we scrambled to our feet, our faces tinged red by the setting sun, our shadows trailing behind us like guideposts. As we started the slow descent back down the hill after the sun, always one step behind, never quite catching up. You see, time was on his side, and the nighttime, his playtime, and we were his toys. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. What a great reading. I want to give you a big Brownstone thank you to Alan Shamerzian, Elizabeth B. Morris, Phil Lins, Bertha Rogers, the open mic, Roxanne Hoffman, my left and right arm, and the cast at Halloween. Happy Halloween. Don't forget the vote. Keep it blue. God damn it.
What
We're
a
in
wonderful
trouble.
day. Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
everybody. Thank you. Happy Halloween. Don't forget to vote. Vote, 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 vote. Early voting's today. Well, we're here. We're going to vote. Don't worry. Some of us
And
are.
everybody, don't forget to come back on December 6th when we celebrate the anthology with a special reading.
Yeah. Information will come after the election because this girl's going to be working hard.
Thanks, and all the newbies, please come back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go Blue Jays, Caroline.
Tonight, one more night.
I want to see the look on Trump's face when Canada wins the World Series.
I hope so.
It's gotta be priceless.
No, he wants to make it the 51st state.
Oh, never, never,
God
never.
forbid.
Now he's really objecting when they used Ronald Reagan voice in an ad to complain about tariffs. Reagan didn't like tariffs. So now Trump has cut off all kinds of trade relation talks with Canada. What a crazy.
Can you annex New York State, please?
We'll try.
Please, I want to be Canadian. I don't want to be American.
Yeah, or adopt, I'm up for adoption.
Please take us.
Canadian citizenship.
We need it. Put out a drive for the poets of America.
Okay. There's a need for poets. We have to go out and recruit
Take
poets.
us. I'll brush up on my French. I know that's a few words.
Okay, good.
For Trump, Canada winning would be like Jesse Owens winning the Olympics.
Yes.
Really,
Yeah.
I mean, it was cherry on Sunday.
Yeah. It'll be in
Absolutely,
his face.
in his face. Okay. Everybody, just stay safe and well in all of this nonsense, craziness.
Take care.
Everyone.
Survive. Keep resisting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Keep resisting.
Yeah.
Be well, everybody, and do vote.
Take care. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good night. Good night. Thank you for
I
everything.
think Amazon just delivered my stuff downstairs.
Okay.
I just got the notification.
Oh dear.
This is excellent. Welcome. Thank you, Judith, for joining us.
It was great. Wonderful reading. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you come again, Judith. It was a pleasure to see you. I haven't seen you in ages.
I know. I kind of haven't been around so much with poetry. I've been doing other things, but I'm glad to be here, and I will come again.
Great.
Come December, it's December 6th. We're going to have the anthology reading. We'll figure out, who's going to, after the election.
Yes, I get
that.
Well,
I mean, not the day after the election. I'm going to be like...
Well, you're working the day of the election.
I'm working to it's not going to end at 9 o'clock. And I have to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning to I know it's probably after probably 10:30 because this is going to be a big election because you know how it is about the Cuomo and Mondami and Curtis Weaver and those 6 what are the propositions, I think.
They say that they're from our corrupt mayor and to not
right.
I know. I'm not going to vote. I'm going to vote no on everything.
Yeah.
I don't, he was my hero during lockdown when he was great when he was in Brooklyn, but.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him.
Money.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's being paid off. Probably Trump is doing so. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Disgusting world. What are you going to do?
Thanks for what you both do for poetry and for what you're doing for the election. I'm marching every opportunity there is.
Yeah, he's cutting those SNAP benefits, right? And God knows what else he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, it's food. And everybody's saying that, oh, they let them go to work. I mean, some of these people are disabled.
Right.
These people are too old.
They're working and they're making minimum wage.
Yeah, they're working 3 jobs and they're still not making it to pay the rent and all that stuff.
Or they're on Social Security. Right. It's a lot of reasons.
Too many reasons.
People are suffering. Yep.
He doesn't care.
Judith, you're going to be reading in person. I have to go. Oh my God, one-on-one. I love that venue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Posted that at the end there. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that when Wayne is hosting, or is this a different? Or I see this is in the afternoon, so it's not Wayne.
In the afternoon, it's Diana.
Yeah, Diana Gatesha. Yeah, Gatesha. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great! I definitely have to try to make that one. I haven't heard you read for so long. Such a pleasure to hear you read today.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, they just delivered a whole pile of stuff
I
downstairs.
remember the place in Brooklyn that I used to go, that you used to host, Patricia,
They
right?
closed. They went.
Yeah, they closed. Yeah,
Isn't
they
that
had
a
actually.
shame?
And Roxanne, did you used to read back with when Philip Giambri hosted at Three of Cups? Did you?
No,
I
I
used to
never. I
read
never
there.
went to that reading. I never went.
I used to go there once, but it was hard because my job. I was working then, and
Yeah.
I worked in Bloomingdale's. I think back in those days. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's not.
Yeah,
Not
the only
easy.
my place was like the back fence, and then Cornelia Street. A
Yeah.
few other readings.
Have you been to Otto's? I think maybe I saw you at Otto
Yeah,
at Otto's.
yeah, maybe at Otto's a long time ago. Wow. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, wonderful to see you both. And the reading was a great quality, the features and the open mic really was excellent.
We
Yeah,
strive.
we're very fortunate. We have a good crew.
We strive to get good people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, thank you. And good luck to all of us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ah,
All we can do is vote. Vote.
Exactly.
Yeah, vote and protest.
yeah. Exactly.
Yes. Well, I hope to see you. You said it was December 6th. I'm going to write it down. Is it the 6th?
Yeah.
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 Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come again. We really. I remember you.
Thank you.
Love to hear you work again. It's hard. Life is crazy.
Mm.
But this is better, because there's always a problem with transportation on weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be
Right.
a good winter too.
And then you
I
got to
can't
pay for food and all that, and this car fare. This is better.
I'm glad. Yeah, I can't believe what we all used to do years ago, how we used to run around from
Remember, you used to go from one reading to another?
Yeah.
Well, in those days, I lived in Astoria. It was easier transportation. Here, it'll take me twice as long. That's why I can't go to a lot of readings.
In Bensonhurst. Yeah, it's a long trip.
Where are you now?
I live in South Brooklyn. I live in Bensonhurst.
Okay.
And it's the D train, and it's not easy. See, in the old days, so I lived near Steinway Street station, a block and a half away. Get on the train. If I had to get the F train, I would go up to Jackson Heights and change for the F to go down to the East Village. That's why it was very easy for me to go to the East Village. To forget about now.
Right.
Or even in West Side readings, it was easier.
I worked in Brooklyn for many years, so I used to take the D train from Manhattan to Brooklyn, so I know what you're talking about.
And there's always some crap going on weekends now.
Yeah, it's worse now. So
And the Zoom is nice because we get people from Canada, we get people from Europe. Jack calls in from Paris. It's great.
And we may be getting some from Ireland because somebody we know is moving to Ireland.
Oh yeah, great.
And more people are moving out of the country. So
some people moving to Mexico.
Yeah, exactly.
So we may get more from other countries.
Right.
And they're pasting on TikTok. They are different list of countries who will take you if you have an ancestry. They'll give you citizenship.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't have the money to move. And I don't speak another language. My Russian, Ukrainian is so limited. It's crazy. Forget about it.
A friend of mine moved to Panama a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah? Are they happy?
So far, I mean, she's just there a short time, but yeah, she
speaks Spanish.
It's not fabulous, but good enough to get by.
Eventually, she'll have to learn if you're going to stay there permanently.
And she will. And she will. It'll be easier to learn when you're there.
Yeah, that's the only way. You have to immerse yourself in the culture.
Yeah.
Well,
a friend of mine moved from Brooklyn to Texas. She didn't like Houston. Now she's in Thailand. She just moved to Thailand. She loves it there.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a whole big
Yeah, a
cultural.
lot of, like James Penna, he lives in Thailand. The guy who
I have
does,
quite a few friends that live in either Saudi Arabia or Thailand.
Wow.
But yeah.
James Penna from New First News, he lives in Thailand.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, that's
really it's they don't kill you with taxes if you have a business. They make it easier.
but it's quite a different culture too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just, people are speaking a different language completely. It's real different.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not the Romance language.
Yeah.
See, English is a bastardized version of the Romance languages because a lot of our words are similar to, French, and because originally in England they spoke French and whatever Old English.
Well, and thankfully, in a lot of countries, when you go, they do speak English.
Yeah. I think there's
depending where you go. I mean, they can have attitudes, like.
Well, I think there's probably a big expat community in Thailand, and there certainly is one in Paris. I mean, most of the people Jack hang out with are Americans.
Yeah. That's what this friend who went to Panama City, she networked ahead of time. She's a great networker, and she met all these expats through Facebook and and in Panama City, she now has a circle of people.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Haiku Universe is taking submissions for the Halloween, whatever.
Oh, really? Sounds like up your alley.
What do you think? I should send this Trump's tariffs, Halloween bats work at
send.
I think so. It's political.
Okay, guys, I
gotta pick up my stuff from Amazon. They left it downstairs by the mail.
Wow.
See you next month. Well, hopefully I'll see you in person, Judith.
Lovely.
Take care.
Okay.